Welcome to a world of thrills, a world of drama, of capes and tights, a world where death is a rolling door. Welcome to the Geek Matrix. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Geek Matrix DC Comics Review Show, episode number 279.
279.
Hell yeah.
Getting
My name is
old,
Rob.
man.
Oh my god, tell me about it.
When we started this fucking podcast, you didn't have gray hairs in your beard.
Did I not?
Mm-mm.
Well, not like this anyway. I
Nope.
think I had some, but not this bad.
Hey, don't you hate it how it changes unevenly? Because
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but with my facial hair, I'm Josh. That's Rob, by the way.
Yes.
I didn't just have some go white. I didn't just have some go gray. I also had some go black and darker. So now it's just kind of all like color,
Patchy.
like, yeah, patchy as shit. Looks weird.
Yeah, it's weird how that happens.
Mm-hmm.
I need to trim this up a bit. Holy shit. I think it's getting unruly a little bit. Ugh.
Nah, just brush it. It'll be fine.
Yeah. So I need to get a fucking brush. I always just like hand comb it, and that's never enough. All right. Yeah, we are here every week talking the week's DC Comics releases, and this week is no different. And this week includes Cheetah and Cheshire robbed the Justice League number 6, Batman Green Arrow The Question Arcadia number 2, Batgirl number 15, DCKO Night Fight number 3, and the 50th anniversary Treasury edition of Superman versus the Amazing Spider-Man as a facsimile edition in our honorable mentions today. With our main books being Absolute Superman number 15, Absolute Green Lantern number 10, Absolute Batman, the Arc M Special number 1, JSA number 15, Poison Ivy number 40, Batman number 5, and Adventures of Superman, the Book of L number 5. Have you had a chance to look at any of the honorable mentions yet? Because I'll be honest, I have not.
I haven't either, and that it really does bum me out because I mean Arcadia is just fucking mwah, and Cheetah in Cheshire has ridiculously been an enjoyable book. Night Fight, waiting to read that. Batgirl, that's been solid too. So yeah, I mean I got a good number of them up there that I wish I could have had a chance to read, but with everything going on, my free time is a bit of a want and not of a need, or a bit of a want and not a have.
Yeah, no, I hear that. I can say Night Fight, like I haven't read this issue yet, but Night Fight is actually a pretty good story. It's actually a very enjoyable read. It's just annoyingly part of DCKO. It's one of those side stories that you wonder why it's tied into the event, but it's such a good read you almost don't care.
Almost.
Yeah.
But then you do.
Only a little bit. Like, take for example, Final Crisis: Rage of the Red Lanterns. Amazing issue, fantastic. Sets up the Red Lanterns perfectly, increases the Green Lantern mythos, fan favorite book. Nobody has a bad thing to say about it. But my gripe is that it has nothing to do with Final Crisis.
I mean, that's fair enough, but I mean, that's also pretty typical of most fucking tie-ins.
Yeah. But at least most other tie-ins will like this spun out of this event happening in this issue of the event, right?
I mean, that's how we want them to.
Rage of the Red Lanterns, literally at the top of the issue, just says this takes place between issues 2 and 3 of Final Crisis, and then that's it.
That's all that was needed.
No mention of what's happening on Earth whatsoever.
What?
Yeah.
With wheat thins.
Exactly. And that's been bugging me for like fucking 20 years now almost. Jesus Christ, it's been almost 20 years since Final Crisis.
Yeah, buddy.
How does that make you feel?
Shut the fuck up. That's how that makes me feel.
You were in your 20s when Final Crisis came
Oh boy, was I ever.
out.
Now I'm pushing 50. I'm somewhere
Oh,
near there.
well, you don't look it.
This
Well, they say 50s the new 40s.
motherfucker. He hasn't seen me in person yet.
Yet.
Isaiah saw me and he said I look like a crippled drug addict, drug addicted doctor. So I mean, I
Holy
don't
shit.
know, man.
Yeah, but he also says shit about you all the time anyway.
Yeah.
You two rag on each other like fucking crazy.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Good guy.
Yeah. No, he is. He is. Yeah, I haven't seen you in person yet. Come March, maybe.
You better not be a
Maybe.
baby. Better
It's
not
not
be
that
a
I'm a
maybe.
baby. It's if I can afford to make the trip. That's the as to quote Zap Brannigan,
Oh boy.
the spirit is willing, but the flesh is spongy and bruised.
And what are you going to do?
Exactly.
You do what you must. That's what you do.
What is this aperture science?
That's how I run my whole fucking life.
We do what we must because we can.
We do what we must because we must. No one else will for us.
Interesting. I like it. I like it a lot. Now, if I can pivot us real quick to
Pivot.
news,
Pivot.
I've got. There's like no comics news happening right now. I could talk about the upcoming Avengers movie because there's been a series of teaser trailers happening over the past few weeks. Which I don't know if has actually been brought up on this show yet, so I'll bring it up now. But do you have
All
any
right.
news yourself
No.
to bring up?
Nope. Nope. Taking donations of money as always.
Yeah, aren't we all?
That's about it.
Yeah. Hopefully soon somebody will just pity us and give us $100,000.
Man, wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah. Especially with my exchange rate. Whew, 33,000 US. I'm looking at like what fucking 50 G's Canadian? Hell yeah. Maybe. I don't know, I'm kind of curious. What the fuck would it
The
be?
exchange rate is not 33%. That's fucking impossible.
33,000 US to it'd be 45, 46,000.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I was close. I'd be kicked out the Price is Right because I went over, but I was close.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, not go on the Price is Right. That's what I'm gonna do.
Avoid the prices, right? Damn right.
Yeah, I suck at that game. But no, so I mentioned the Avengers trailers over the past few weeks. If you've not been hearing about it or paying attention to it, I'm just gonna spoil your fun and talk about it. Uh,
Enlighten me.
so attached to Avatar Fire and Ash because Disney wants to make more money, which I'm gonna be honest with you, it's fucking worked. Apparently, Avatar Fire and Ash has made over $1 billion. I've yet to fact check that, but I did hear that.
That's
Um,
it's a pretty big chunk of change, man.
yeah. um, each week since its release, there's been a new teaser trailer for Avengers Doomsday coming out basically a year from now. Well, a year from now when the first trailer released. It's coming out December 18th, 2026 of this year. Um, each week is a different teaser. So if you want to see all the teasers live and in person on a big screen a week before the Russos put it on YouTube, you got to shell out $20 to go see Avatar every week. And that's their money making scheme. As I said, it seems to have worked for some people. It never worked for me because I just haven't. I'm not going to go see Avatar. I'm not going to do it. And people all over the world just leak it online, which was not surprising. I already know what the Russos are going to post next week because I saw it 3 days ago. So the first week,
This is the world we live in.
spoiler alert, Steve Rogers is the focus. See him in the house that we saw at the end of Avengers Endgame that he and Peggy reside in, along with his Captain America suit, and also a baby.
Yes.
And that's about all you see. And then it just says Steve Rogers will return in Avengers Doomsday. Hype shit. Hype as shit. Second one is about Thor with his daughter, adopted daughter, but daughter nonetheless, Love, speaking to Odin from beyond the grave, or not directly, just kind of praying that he comes back from this battle safe so he can be there for his daughter and protect her and raise her and love her. And then it says Thor will return in Avengers Doomsday. The third one
Hmm.
is maybe the hypest one yet. We see a mansion, and then we see a wheelchair,
Uh-huh.
and then we see a chess piece get moved with nothing touching it. And then we see Professor Xavier and Magneto in their 90s, sitting together, smiling, playing chess, and even holding hands.
Isn't that nice?
That's very nice. And then we see Cyclops, James. Oh my god, what the fuck is his last name?
Marsden.
Marsden's Cyclops in like classic 90s style suit, minus the yellow trunks, but with the weird ass X like Y shaped belt, just screaming into the sky, ripping off his visor and letting off optic blasts that are like 10 feet wide. And then it says the X-Men will return in Avengers Doomsday. Hype as
Nice.
shit.
Yeah, that's something else, man.
Yeah. The fourth one, I will not. Well, do you want to know what the fourth one is, or do you just want to wait to see it?
No, you can tell me, man. I've got too much shit
Okay.
going on.
Yes. So, fast forward a minute if you don't want to get spoiled on what's going to be popping up online next week. The fourth one opens up. There is a voiceover, but I don't remember everything the voiceover says. Uh, Shuri, the new Black Panther, walking through a desert. She's talking. Um, I don't remember what about, but I think it's about like being royalty and being the Black Panther and the heavy weight that the crown takes. And then you see M'Baku, and he walks up to somebody and says, "I am M'Baku, King of Wakanda." And then the camera cuts to the person he's talking to, and it's Ben Grimm, fresh from Earth 838 of the Fantastic Four universe. He says, "I am Ben Grimm of Yancey Street in Brooklyn," or whatever it is. And then it says the Wakandans and the Fantastic Four will return in Avengers Doomsday. And that was pretty hype.
Interesting.
Yeah. So there's our first interaction between players so far. Because the first three were all like single team or player trailers. And this is like a proper interaction between the two, between two different teams. So that's cool to see. There will be more, supposedly rumored. There's something like 6 to 8 teasers. No clue what the others are going to be, but supposedly there will be a full trailer for the actual movie and the plot at the Super Bowl.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, which also makes sense. And if it's not that, it's going to be Spider-Man: Brand New Day, because that trailer is out. It's also been leaked. It's coming. It was rumored to come out on New Year's Day, but that never actually happened. That clearly didn't happen. So who knows? On the Super Bowl, we're going to get either Spider-Man: Brand New Day, which comes out in 6 months, or we're going to get the Avengers: Doomsday, which comes out in 12. Who fucking knows?
Who fucking knows?
Kevin Feige knows, but he's keeping it close to the chest as he does everything. Yeah. That's about that.
I'm looking forward to it, man. It seems like there
Yeah.
is a lot of good shit.
Oh man, I'm so fucking hyped for it. It's crazy to think, like, I was thinking about it too. Like, I mentioned it in our chat, but I don't think anybody responded to it. As far as we know with the MCU for the foreseeable future, we only know at this point over the next 2 years 3 movies coming out. There's two this year and one next year confirmed that we know of, and that's it. which is kind of mind-boggling and kind of makes you question what the future is really going to be. If this whole Doomsday and Secret Wars thing is going to actually reset the universe like a lot of people think, and then all the movies that are taking place after Secret Wars is like fresh takes on everything, new cast, new characters, reduxes, re-envisionings, new stories, and they're just going to leave the old universe behind.
I mean,
It's
it's
quite interesting.
always been a possibility that that was going to happen, and it's been hinted at by them numerous
Yeah,
times. So, I mean, it's going to get a lot of backlash when it happens, you know.
by far, yeah.
But I
if
mean,
if the people are paying attention, they'll understand that it's happening.
yeah. I
Yeah,
just don't know. I don't know how well it's gonna work out for Marvel when it does happen. That could be when Marvel just takes a shit.
I hope not. I mean, a lot of people could just get pissed off and be like, "I'm done with the MCU." But let's face it, that's happened so many times already. So many people over the years, every new phase, like, "I'm done with the MCU." Every new movie's like, "The MCU's gone to shit," and then like 3 movies later, they're like, "Okay, I'm back." it's
I'm
it
back.
doesn't fucking like it's you gotta stop looking at it as the cinematic universe and just take it one story at a time. And yes, they're connected, and yes, they're telling one big story, but if you're so focused on that aspect for each movie, you're just going to stress yourself out. I only focus on that aspect in the Avengers movies because that's the big group movie. But when
Right.
Doctor Strange comes out, I'm only focusing on Doctor Strange. I'm not focusing on what happened in Black Panther or Spider Man. You know, I'm
Yeah.
focusing on the story that Doctor Strange is telling because that's the whole fucking point of that movie. But there's so few of us that do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, you can say that again.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, we'll have to see. We will have to see. Just the future of Marvel is up in the air, and I for one am excited about the possibilities. I want to say we know Blade is coming out at some point, but fuck, that's been in development hell for God knows how long.
Yeah, I mean, who even knows at this point?
It's been rewritten like 3 times. It's gone through like 3 or 4 directors or something like that. It's mind boggling. But hey, so did Ant Man, and that was a pretty good movie when it eventually came out.
Yeah, but so did Flash.
Yeah. God. Okay. Shut up. Wasn't it
No,
always Andy Machete? I know it went through rewrites.
it went. If I'm not mistaken, Andy Machete was like the fourth director.
Holy shit. Yeah, actually, now I think about it, I think you're right. My only saving grace there is that at least Ant Man is the same studio, and The Flash was a far worse one.
Hmm.
And yes, that's a dig, fan, boys. That is a fucking dig. At least now the studio's a little different. Yeah, we'll have to see what happens. Yeah, I'm stoked. Um, Side note: New year, new adventures. It's January 9th. We were recording this on a special Friday, and I have challenged myself. A challenge I've been thinking about for a while now, maybe the better part of a year. And I decided, why not just start it? And as of Tuesday, I did. And I posted on Reddit, and I'm blogging about it there and sharing it on our Discord. And I might even just start blogging about it in other places like TikTok, maybe even YouTube. We will have
Woo-hoo.
to see because it's actually gaining a bit of traction, and a lot of people are talking about how much they're enjoying it.
Yeah, it's
And
not just you talking about it. Sports Illustrated is talking about it. Bleacher
oh
Report is
shit,
talking about it.
I,
Everybody's talking about
I didn't know I was a sports fan.
it.
um, yeah, so I have decided I'm going to read one Green Lantern comic a day until I've read them all,
Every single one.
every single one. And a lot of people have asked me already what my reading order is going to be like and how am I going to juggle the different series. And the short answer is I don't fucking know. I'm just gonna see how it goes as I go with it. I
I say
haven't put that much
chronologically
thought
released.
process into it. That's one thing I was thinking about. It would make sense, but at the same time, when you get to series that release concurrently, like do I do all of Hal and Pals and then all of Green Lanterns, or I do
You
one
read them at
day
the
Hal
same
and
time.
Pals and then the next day Green Lanterns and the next day Hal and Pals,
Yeah,
etc., etc.
yeah,
Do it like
that.
that. That's a thought I had as well.
Yeah, that. Otherwise, you lose track of shit.
Yeah, that's probably the best bet. Uh, the only so I started on Tuesday with Showcase number 22, and today I posted my review of Green Lantern number 1, Volume 2 from 1960. The only thing that I've decided wholeheartedly that I'm doing out of order here is after issue 49, I'm going to go back to the Golden Age and then read the 38 issues of Alan Scott and then jump back to Silver Age for issue 50 because issue 50 is the first appearance of Alan Scott in the Silver Age Green Lantern books. Um, and then that'll encompass all of that pre like the 70s, right? So that'll be everything covered pre a certain year and Golden Age, Silver Age covered. And then from there going forward, I'll just keep going in chronological order probably.
To
When I
me,
get to
that's the
like
best way to go about it, man.
yeah, like I was debating if I wanted to start with the Golden Age or start with the Silver Age, and I'm like the Silver Age. I've read the first couple of issues of Golden Age Green Lantern and the first like 10 or so issues of Silver Age Green Lantern, and the Silver Age is much more interesting. So I figured if I was gonna start this, start with the more interesting stories, and then go back and do the less interesting ones when I'm in it a little deeper, and it's too late to quit. Well, it wouldn't be too late to quit, but I would hate myself if I did. Um, it's going to get a little hairy much further down the line when I get to the single stories when I like Green Lantern Fear itself and like Life and Time,
Mm-hmm.
Life and Testament of Hal Jordan or whatever the fuck it's called, and the one off stories, Will World shit like that, especially the Kyle Rayner stuff because there's so many offshoot stories there. The Green Lantern Plus and Circle of Fire and Sentinel Darkness, I think it's called. Sentinel. It's not
That I
Sentinel.
would need you to tell me for.
I don't remember now. It's not Sentinel of Liberty because that's Captain America. But Sentinel of something. Yeah, so that's gonna get a little hairy through the 90s and early 2000s, but we'll get there. We'll get there. So if you want to join me on this journey, check out the Green Lantern subreddit. I've been posting there every day since Tuesday, and I will continue to post there every day going forward. A lot of people there seem pretty excited about it. So yeah, even Brandon, when he has some free time, got really into my idea and figured he might do the same thing for Flash comics.
Yeah, I hope he's able to do that, man. I really
Yeah,
do.
it's a cool little challenge. Nice little adventure. So one person said, like, you're crazy. It's gonna take you like 10 years. I'm like, yeah, well, that's the fun of it. Every day I get to read a good comic book. I
Yep.
wake up, I read the next issue of Green Lantern. And I had to chuckle at myself because I know not every issue of Green Lantern's a good issue of a comic book. I've read some pretty fucking bad ones. But I'm gonna enjoy myself regardless. Green
That's
Lantern fans through
that's
and
the
through.
big important thing.
Exactly. What kind of freaked me out a little bit, and I need to go and check this to be sure. I think it's a little high. My very first post, somebody went to DC Universe Infinite and just searched Green Lantern. Didn't like fact check it completely as to like see what every issue was,
Mhm.
but said that it came back with like over 3,100 hits on the app.
Wow.
So it's gonna take me a long ass time. But like I said, I'm gonna have a good time with it. So yeah. So I want to ask you, Josh,
Yeah.
if you were to do that, one, would you?
Oh
And
boy.
two, who would it be?
Oh man.
Like
Um,
what book?
if I was to go back and reread, you're gonna think I'm nuts because it's not littered with exceptional stories. But if there was a character that I was gonna go back and reread like that, it would be Psylocke.
Interesting. I
Yeah.
wouldn't call you crazy, but like that is an interesting choice.
it's she was always one of my favorite comic book characters, especially on the
Yeah.
X-Men side of things. When I first got into it, and then there's just been so much horrible shit done to that poor character. um,
Yeah.
that it would be really something to go in and do that with. If I was gonna stick with DC, if I stick with DC, my answer is probably Hawkman.
And that'd be a little more self-contained.
Yeah, it wouldn't be completely crazy off the rails in a million different books kind of thing.
Sneezing fit.
Happens to the best of us. What are you gonna do?
I hate when you start to sneeze and then you don't. It's the worst kind of cock tease.
Not true.
Says you. Yeah, Hawkman's a pretty good choice too. Because like it's not like thousands upon thousands of Hawkman issues. I mean, it goes back a long way, but there's not like I don't think any book has probably gone over 100 issues, has it?
No.
Yeah. Psylocke too. Psylocke hasn't really had many solo series either. I know there's one coming up, but maybe like a couple other solo series over the years, and that might be it.
All right.
And
Well,
to
what do you
take
say,
the
man?
air and vamp.
What's that?
That was your time to take over the air and vamp
Oh,
while I was busy
sorry.
sneezing.
I had a quick message I had to type out there. I apologize. All right,
Sorry.
so we
I'm sorry
might
too.
as well jump into some books if we've got nothing further to discuss.
Yeah, I'm down.
All right. Well,
Unless,
you want to take it away for us then?
yeah, we can get right into it. We start with Absolute Superman number 15. We read the
Indeed,
last
we
one last
do.
week, didn't we? So we're jumping right into the fresh one. If I can find the fucking credits page. Pardon me, I was not prepared. I have the issue open. I just don't have the credits page open because I always keep it at the back. This is written by Jason Aaron with art and colors from Juan Ferreira and letters from Becca Carey with the cover from Rafa Sandoval and Ulysses Areola. So Kal-El has taken on the name Clark Kent and is residing at the Kent farm in central Kansas in Smallville. Uh, he has kind of taken a liking to the town, and the town is taking a liking to him with all his new abilities, and Saul not there to help him. He is just all over the planet with his new suit. The red kind of mist cape uh, part robotics is still around and is able to help him change the suit very quickly. Um, but Saul, as the program, is no longer there. It's just an empty program, um, which is very sad, but it still helps him do his thing. The red mist cape does have like symbiote like tendencies, which I don't think we'd seen before. We'd seen it do other things like make certain shapes and domes and whatnot, but one of the first things we see, Clark, call him Clark going forward, uh,
Yeah, might as well.
heads off to a dam that is breaking, and the Cape just sending out strands in 50 different directions holding the dam in place, and it looks like fucking Carnage holding this dam in place.
It kind of does, doesn't it?
Yeah. And he's just making a reckoning across the planet, saving people left, right, and center, saving the day. He's hearing all these people at all these different times, screaming and getting in danger and looking for help, and he's getting a little overwhelmed. Um, as we've seen, modern universe Clark Kent go through. This one has yet to figure out how to drown out some of the noise and have selective hearing. Um, he's just tuned in at all times, and it's a bit excruciating for him. Even makes a little visit to one Winslow Shot in the Absolute Universe and just scares the ever living shit out of him, to stop treating children like shit in their sweatshops, and pays workers a fair wage and all this other stuff. Change your way of life, Winslow Shot. I'll be watching, is the last thing he says. And he also continues to look for Brainiac, comes across a Brainiac lab in the Nevada desert and finds all these domed cities that are now destroyed and all the people dead within. He also makes frequent visits to Raish Al Ghul, who is in prison in Orangutan in Pakistan. He has with him, Clark Kent has with him, a book of poems and well wished thoughts, written by the children of Orangutan. And every day he reads more passages to Ra's al Ghul with the hopes that it will slowly rehabilitate him, because that's what he believes in, is rehabilitation, not destruction and death. Uh, and eventually,
Supposedly.
after some, yeah, supposedly, eventually, slowly, it does do something to Ra's al Ghul, as without his Lazarus pits to revive him, he slowly begins to wither away, his beard growing grayer and grayer, much like mine and Josh's. Um, to the point that he is practically skin and bones, almost unrecognizable, but is also just slowly repeating the passages in the book as well. And as Clark is just trying to get away from all the noise, um, he flies high up into the stratosphere, away from as many people as possible, and just screams, just to like get some stress out of his head. Thinks he's alone, but then he hears a voice behind him, and it's none other than Absolute Hawkman, asking what the hell he thinks he's doing.
That's a
And then
damn
we
good
get a little
question.
epilogue somewhere in Missouri. We see Brainiac looking an awful lot like the Joker,
Yeah.
talking to Talia Al Ghul, who has called him, basically saying that he quits, and he's doing his own thing now. So Rachel Ghul can go fuck himself, and so can you, Talia. And last thing we see him do is walk right on up to the Luthor farm. And that is where our issue ends. Brand new story arc, brand new direction for our characters. I am so excited about what's going to happen. Um, I did not expect Hawkman to show up here. I
Nope.
am all for it. That fight's going to be epic. And hopefully we get to see more of just what this Hawkman is all about, because we only really saw him for a brief period in Absolute Evil. Um, and even then, we didn't really get much of a sense about who he is or what he's about. Uh, Especially since this new costume change happened and he looks very evil, I guess you could call it. Very almost mummy like, zombie like. Um, so that fight is going to be a slobber knocker. Luthor showing up in Absolute Superman, I'll be honest, didn't expect it, which is kind of stupid, but considering what happened in Absolute Evil and Luthor taking an appearance there, only on the phone with, I want to say, was the Joker. I don't remember who it was that called him, but
I thought it was Hector Hammond, but you might be right.
maybe it was Hector Hammond. It was, either way, it was the whole group, um, the quote unquote Absolute Justice League. Um, they called him together, and it sounded like he was just going to be part of the grander universe as a story going forward. I did not expect him to show up in a singular title. So that's also interesting, but also it's Superman. There has to be Lex Luthor at some point. So that's gonna happen. Um it's like we're past the intro stuff, we're past the origin stuff, we're past Ra's al Ghul. It's time to get into some new shit, and I, for one, am excited. And it looks hella good too. I believe it was a new artist this issue, and it just looks so fucking good. It really does. Couple of the faces maybe a little weird at times, but very expressive, very expressive, and the expressions were fantastic. So 10 out of 10 on the art, I would say. Well, 9.5 out of 10 because a couple of things did look weird at times. We also saw him interact with Lois and Lana at different times, and they both basically had the same thing to say to him. Just, you ever going to take a break? It's not happening. It's not fucking happening.
Nope.
So yeah, I'm stoked. It's gonna be good going forward. I give it 9 out of 10, I think.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Well, it was a hell of a book. That's the short version of it. Long version, I like that he I like that he wants to take care of the farm the way that the Kents did, by hand, no powers. I like the way the new suit looks. The art is absolutely amazing. Uh, the way that he reads the poems daily to Ra's al Ghul as he gets older and dies was fucking awesome. Him
Yeah.
dealing with his powers is the only thing that's a little off for me. He's been on Earth for a while. That said, it doesn't mean that it wouldn't still be a lot, but it does seem like an odd thing to focus on now. How much he's bothered by the screams that never go away.
Yeah.
Hawkman showing up can't be good, but I know we're about to see a hell of a fight. And Brainiac seeking out to team up with Luthor can't exactly be a great thing either, especially not this Brainiac. He freaks me out. Sounds like a damn good read to me, and that's because it was a fantastic issue. I gave it a 9 out of 10.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, indeed.
Ooh. Sorry, just letting my nose settle. I was like this at work too. Just fucking sneezing fits. Bloody annoying. Whew. All right, we're not done in the Absolute Universe yet. We're jumping on over to Absolute Green Lantern. This one is written by Al Ewing with art from Sid Kotian, colors from Pressy, and letters from Lucas Gattoni, with the cover from Chenoy Lindsay. I say Lindsay. It's probably Lindsay. I never know how to pronounce a word like that. Lindsay. I just say Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Say.
Yeah, I Lindsay.
Lindsay. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
fair enough. All right, we open up on our typical darkness with a white ring and a voice talking to, this time, Todd Rice, but this time the ring opens up and it's a well. It's like a cage. Todd Rice is within this cage. Somebody is there, supposedly come to his rescue, but instead puts a giant tube over the hole that Todd Rice is in and puts him into a chemical truck filled with what's said on the side of the truck, hazardous chemicals. And this is all in a facility controlled by, you guessed it, Hector fucking Hammond. They have a whole bunch of the black substance that Hal Jordan came into contact with that turned him into the Black Hand. And they have Todd Rice, and they're experimenting on what's going to happen to Todd Rice if he's submerged in this black substance. Well, we're going to find out a little bit later, because then we jump on over to the apartment where Goldface has just shot Joe Mullane in the chest or shoulder, wherever it was. It's a gold covered bullet, and as we know from previous issues, the Green Lantern energy does not work well with gold or yellow, but in this instance, gold. And Goldface has also covered himself completely head to toe in gold, so the Green Lantern energy will not affect him either. Uh, well, mostly he does a lot of talking and kind of villain monologuing to her, trying to get information, asking where the Green Lantern went. Um, she kind of starts to pretends to pass out. He gets closer to try and hear what she mumbled, and then she instead punches him right in the nards and twists them, freaks him out because he thinks he's bleeding, but it's just her blood. So she crawls away to the kitchen, closes the door, and uses the Green Lantern energy to seal the door shut, melting the handle to the door frame. He cannot get in very quickly, but she uses her kind of, well, she wasn't in the military. That was the old Joe Mullane. Whatever. She uses her own kind of willpower to just force herself with a pair of pliers from the kitchen drawer to dig the two bullets out. And when the bullets eventually do get out, that is when the Green Lantern energy is able to help out, help heal her, and put a stop to Goldface. But like I said, the Green Lantern energy cannot affect anything that's gold. So just as Goldface is able to break down the door, Joe Mullane uses the energy to grab the pair of pliers she just used on her shoulder and sends it directly into Goldface's eye, seemingly killing him. He's down. Those pliers are in there deep, down to the fucking handles. And this is when Simon Baz and his partner, whose name I forget, what is the psychic.
Um.
Oh,
Uh. Oh,
oh,
damn it!
oh.
I forget. Carry on.
I know her name was here somewhere. Hang on, hang on, hang on. Uh, well, yeah, she's there. Oh, Kari Limbo. Kari Limbo and Simon Baz appear at Cameron Chase's apartment looking for Cameron, and Joe Mullane comes out clad in her Green Lantern energy. They have a little scuffle. Baz gets pressed up against the wall. They remember each other after a brief reintroduction, and this is when Cam shows up, asks what the fuck has happened. She shows them Goldface's body. Kari uses her abilities to read Goldface's mind, or at least what's left of it, and gets a deep psychic reading on all the people he's killed over the years, as well as his employer, Hector Hammond. She says that name, and Cam just freezes and says, "We need to go right now." And then we jump back to the facility that Hector Hammond is in with the Black Substance and Todd Rice, and we see what has happened to Todd Rice after being in and placed into the Black Substance. The truck has basically exploded because what Todd Rice has become exploded out of it. They call it obsidian, the obsidian shell. There's absolutely no readings on it whatsoever, no life signs, no brain activity, nothing, but as a giant hulking beast that is seemingly brain dead. And as Hector Hammond says, it's exactly what I needed. And that is where our issue ends. Todd Rice is turned into obsidian, but it's no obsidian we ever thought possible. Uh Quite the good issue, I'd say. This issue's been getting a lot of this book has been getting a lot of flack, but I've been loving it all the way through. This fight with Goldface went pretty much as good as it could have been. I was expecting to see a bit more of a back and forth fight, but the way it ended feels very absolute universe. He's just
Yeah.
straight up dead. I say supposedly because while he looks very dead and he hasn't moved, um, I suspect that we're going to see Keith Kenyon again. Right? I feels like they put a lot of weight on him just for him to get killed off rather quickly.
Agreed.
And it feels like a bit of a cop out if that's the case. Um, Apart from that, we see Simon Baz finally re-interacting with Cameron Chase and Joe Mullane, and all of a sudden some more Green Lanterns are all popping up together. Um, what's going to happen with Simon Baz? I'm so stoked to see if that's ever going to happen. We'll have to see. Is he going to get some kind of power? And that was the gist of the issue. Those the two big events. What's happened with Todd Rice? I can't wait to see what happens there. Um, is he going to take on? Hector Hammond, is he going to be able to control himself? Is he even going to do anything? Or is he just going to fight for the bad guys? Who the fuck knows? We will have to see going forward. For now, this is going to get an 8.25 out of 10.
Oh, shoot.
Josh has to take a cough break. That is okay.
Man, what a perfect time to start coughing. All right. Um, so Green Lantern, for absolute Green Lantern, there's really not a lot to say.
No.
Holy hell.
Right?
Crazy. It definitely felt very pivotal to me. This was a corner turning book. In other words, it continues every issue to have stellar artwork. The story is just flat out engaging. I'm enjoying this month to month, but as a trade, this is going to read just fast. There's no way that somebody couldn't tear through a whole 12 issues trade in one sitting. It's just, it really is. This story is that damn good. I'm giving it an 8.5 out of 10.
Hell yeah.
And then I suppose, oh, love, would you look at that? I have been doing all of this without our covers showing up. Well, I sure didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. All right, we're good. That leads us to the next one.
Yep.
Absolute Batman Arc M Special Number 1. And as you might guess, but from the title, this is all about not Arc M. Written by
I mean,
Scott Snyder
technically.
and Frank Thierry, with art drawn inside and out by Joshua Higson, with colors from Roman Stevens, and lettering by Clayton Coles. I have a tickle in the back of my throat I can't get rid of.
Oh, it's the worst. Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking about the worst, we're watching or reading The Origin of Jack Grimm, the man who doesn't laugh. He was raised by Amadeus Arkham after showing up at his doorstep completely covered in blood, so naturally, Amadeus takes him in without asking any questions. There was a Joker-like inmate there that the Arkham that Amadeus Arkham calls Jack Doe to us, but doesn't reveal his actual name.
Can I just speak for Brandon real quick?
Sure.
The way you're pronouncing Amadeus is crazy.
Amadeus?
Amadeus.
Amadeus.
It
Amadeus.
makes sense, but I've never heard that pronunciation for Amadeus before. I just feel like it would drive Brandon nuts.
It is, and I hope he's listening.
um,
I'm doing it rather poignantly. Um, if he's listening, that did just make him cringe. In any case, so there was a Joker-like inmate there. Arkham calls him Jack Doe to us, but won't tell us what his real name is. And long story short, we eventually find out that Jack Grimm, as the young boy that showed up covered in blood, has been manipulating Jack Doe since he got there and set up a breakout, a really bloody one too. The boy disappeared, and Arkham assumes the worst, but he's wrong. The boy grows up, becomes Jack Grimm, and he's out to take out the Batman. He's got a whole lineup of people he wants to send after him, though. We see real names. Kirk Langstrom, aka Man Bat, Pamela Isley, aka Poison Ivy, Hugo Strange, aka Hugo Strange, Jonathan Crane, aka Scarecrow, Basil Carlo, aka Clayface, and Jervis Tetch, aka Mad Hatter. Apparently, starting out with Poison Ivy, and that is before we get to the final boss, which happens to be Deathstroke. And that's the book. So interesting. I guess we get to know the unknown man's motivations. He's insane. Cool. And we get advance notice that Batman will be running through some classic villains. Cool. Not the biggest fan of the art, but to me, it is a big step up from Dragoda. It seemed mediocre. I wasn't really overall impressed. We got a not the Joker origin story last week. I guess this is just part two, and it wasn't advertised that way. This was just the comic. I gave it a 6 out of 10.
I took it as technically part two, technically pre-sequel for Borderlands fans. That would make more sense. It is kind of filling in the gaps of Jack Grimm's story, but also taking place before everything Alfred had told us in the last issue.
Right, which is
Yeah,
like backwards ass storytelling.
yeah. I have a feeling this was supposed to come out before the last issue of Batman. I have a feeling, but at the same time, like the weight of the Joker reveals in that last issue of Absolute Batman was so fucking good as it was that I think no matter what place this came out, something was going to feel off. I wasn't completely against it. It still kind of stayed true to the title. It is an Arkham special because it tells as much as telling the origins of Jack Doe, but it's also telling more origins about Arc M and where it came from and what the fuck it is. Um,
Kind of. I mean, it's
yeah,
basically just uh, uh, as a kid, his mom went crazy, so he started a mental institution.
yeah. But I mean that's one part of it. So that's how Arkham Asylum started, but how it became Arc M from Arkham Asylum and what Arc M is supposed to be about. Now that we know 100% that Jack Doe is running it, or Jack Grimm is running it, and his ties to it and why he's so connected to Arkham. The only thing that kind of bugs me about it is I'm pretty sure early on in Absolute Batman, I think it was Pennyworth had mentioned there were other arcs. There was arc A through L, and this is
Yeah.
arc M.
Yep.
And just so happens that arc M was also called Arkham. It's just that's driving me nuts a little bit. The coincidence there is a bit too poignant, you know?
Yeah.
So that's the only thing that kind of rubbed me the wrong way about this issue. Um, it's like pick a direction. You either have preparations A through G, and then you have preparation H, or you have
Mm-mm-mm.
um, Arkham turning into Arkham. Right? Just pick one of them and stick with it because I really liked the other one. I really
Yep.
did. Right? That was kind of interesting because what the fuck is he doing in these other arcs? Um, if he just went with this, wouldn't have been so wouldn't have been bad, would have been cool too, but I much prefer the former rather than the latter. I just pick a direction, please.
Please.
Apart from that, I really enjoyed the issue. Even the twist reveal at the end that the boy was really Jack Grimm, and yeah, it was never Jack Doe. I got those two confused. It was really Jack Grimm was the boy all along, and Jack Doe was dead. Um, kind of very easily telegraphed throughout the issue, and you could tell that twist was coming, but I couldn't help but be pleasantly shocked when the reveal actually happened. I liked it. It was cool. So I'm giving it an 8 out of 10.
Excellent, man. Um, I guess that's about all that I've got out of it. What do we got up next? JSA? JSA.
JSA. JSA. Speaking of JSA, I wish Brandon was here to talk about it. Brandon did comment on our Twitch stream. He is listening to it while
Oh,
working.
it
And he
very much is
says it
driving me nuts.
very much is driving me nuts.
Am-
Yeah.
Amadeus.
Oh, you bastard. What's the other word you pronounce incorrectly on purpose?
Oh, poignant.
No, but there was like a name for something.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh shit, I don't remember now.
I'm not
Oh,
sure.
fucking amalgam.
Mm. Yes, that's right. Amalgam.
Oh god, that drives me nuts.
Yep.
Amadeus is just crazy. Amadeus is just nuts. It's not driving me nuts. It's just nuts.
Amadeus and amalgam are rather poignant words.
So I don't even think you're pronouncing poignant that wrong. You got me saying it the
Poignant.
way you are now. I
Yeah, quit saying
poignant,
it. Don't don't
poignant,
don't pronounce the G, man.
poignant. But I don't think poignant is necessarily that crazy of a way to say it. it's it's just
This
saying
is
how
this
it's
is how I
spelled.
pay the world back for pronouncing the T in often.
So you do it often.
No, jerk.
It's like saying Wednesday instead of Wednesday.
Wednesday. Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
I say Wednesday sometimes because
Wednesday?
I say it how it's spelled instead of
Wetness?
how it's Wedness.
Wedness.
Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Yeah, instead of Wednesday.
Ah, Wednesday.
Wednesday.
It should be pronounced that way. Wednesday.
Wed
From now
Wednesday.
on, it's pronounced Wednesday.
Thank you. I made a change in the world. Now, if only I could get us to go back to the ancient times, just call it Odin's Day again. That'd be fucking great.
That was that was Wednesday. Yes,
Yeah.
never mind. Okay.
Odin's Day was Wednesday. Thor's Day was Tuesday, not Tuesday. Tuesday. Drives me nuts when people say Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Thank you. It's Tuesday.
What do
There's
people
no
say?
Tuesday.
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 You fucking Torontons.
Hey, it's not just Torontonians, man. It's all over the fucking place.
Well, I don't know anybody else that pronounces it Tuesday. That's absolutely fucking bonkers.
It drives me nuts. Tuesday. Tuesday. People say coupon. Ugh.
No, coupon. I get that.
No, there's an
Coupon.
O in that word. It's
Yeah,
coupon.
coupon. They're saying it too
Coupon.
fast.
There's two O's. Coupon.
Coupon. Coupon. Coupon. You hear it? Coupon. Coupon. It's pronounced. They're just saying it super fast.
I'm about to fucking quit. You're gonna be running the show alone.
No, I can't. The show will go the way of the
Brandon can't do it because you're
bathwater.
saying Amadeus, and I can't do it because you're saying coupon. Fucking weirdo.
All right.
Yeah. Anyway, like,
JSAOA?
it's just like one last thing on coupon. I thought it was like strictly an American thing because I only ever heard it on like American shows like Extreme Couponing and people saying coupon
Uh-huh.
until I heard my Italian store manager say it at a Home Depot I worked at, and he never lived in the U.S. He said coupon. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
It's
This
just
isn't
being
right.
read right.
Uh,
Like schedule should be schedule, not schedule. If
I
you're
mean,
saying it schedule, that's just being a. You don't pronounce it shul, do you? Do you?
that's only the English that say schedule. And it's only the hoity-toity English that say schedule.
They're saying it wrong because they don't send their kids to shul.
Maybe they do. You don't know. As Brandon also says in their Twitch comments, God help us win it if they start doing new amalgam books.
Amalgam.
Oh, dear God.
Amalgam.
Oh, God.
Up in there,
Which
peace.
sounds like they might be at some point. Who knows?
I think that would be awesome.
Not sounds, but it does feel like they might. Anywho, that's all I got about mispronunciations. Those drive me nuts. JSA number whatever this is, 14, 15. This is year 1, chapter 3, written by Jeff Lemire with art from Gavin Guidry, colors from Luis Guerrero, and letter from Steve Wands with the cover from Dave Johnson. So we are picking up pretty much I don't know why why that broke me. Just the way. Did I say it like that too?
Yep, that's what prompted me. Have you met Ted?
I don't know why that's so funny.
Somebody slept, dropped some
Dave Johnson.
edibles.
Oh God, feels like it. Dave Johnson. It just sounds. It just rolls off the tongue that way.
Agreed.
Yeah. Anyway, we pick up pretty much where we left off last issue. Tower of Fate, summer 1940. We see what we called the Justice Society Dark. Still in the Tower of Fate, discussing what is going to happen or what to do with Jim Corrigan, which is who is okay, I'm saying this wrong. The Spectre inhabits Jim Corrigan. They're keeping tabs on the Spectre, so they need to keep tabs on Jim Corrigan. I don't know how I was trying to say that. They're debating on what to do with him so far. Blue Beetle is kind of just a spectator while the rest have their debate. Dr. Fate and Dr. Occult are on the camp of we need to step in. He's not ready. Whereas Madame Xanadu, who has seen the future, and Giovanni Zatara both say that we need to trust him and see what will happen. He is stronger than you all think. Dr. Occult is the first to take his leave. Giovanni Zatara takes Blue Beetle back home, which leaves Madame Xanadu and Dr. Fate to leave each other with some rather grim words towards each other. Madame Xanadu takes her leave, which leaves Dr. Fate, aka Kent Nelson, to view what the rest of the future JSA is doing. We then jump over to the underground caverns, excuse me, where Jim Corrigan, Alan Scott, and Jay Garrick are still standing around, debating on what's going to happen next. Flash pulls Green Lantern aside and says, I'm getting the creeps off Jim Corrigan, which Green Lantern then turns around and says to Jim Corrigan, Flash thinks you're hiding something. Then they just have some brief words back and forth and then split ways very quickly, despite the fact that the Flash says, weren't we all like working on the same mission here accidentally? We all came together because we're all investigating the same thing. Why would we go in different directions? As both Alan and Jim say, I work alone, which leaves Flash to run off after he hears someone get hurt. He heads in the direction that he thinks is Jim Corrigan, but actually finds Johnny Thunder, who insists still that the Flash is actually Jay Garrick, despite the fact that Jay Garrick says he's not Jay Garrick, as Johnny Thunder says, you're not really wearing a mask or anything. I can tell it's you. You're just wearing a helmet.
Use your fucking head, guy.
Yeah, right. Also, revealing that he has a genie. Jay Garrick is kind of tired of it, says, stop talking about the stupid genie. And then he releases the Thunderbolt genie from the pen. And that leaves Jay Garrick kind of bewildered. We then hop on over to Gotham City, where the Atom and Hippolyta, Wonder Woman, are running rooftop to rooftop, also investigating what's happening with their own side of the investigation. That some Nazis are involved in this notary business that they're breaking into to investigate stuff as a front for whatever's going on. However, they are captured by, and this is where I wish Brandon was here because I don't know all these Golden Age villains' names. Somebody that looks a lot like the cheetah.
That is the cheetah.
It is the cheetah?
If I'm not mistaken, yes. Hopefully he's listening. Oh wait, he hasn't read this week's books
Oh, okay.
yet. Damn it.
Shit, that's right. Yeah. Because I know,
but if I'm not mistaken, and I should be right, because I mean I've read a lot of Wonder Woman. I'm pretty sure that is Golden Age Cheetah.
I do remember some previous cheetah costumes, but I don't remember this one. But who knows? So it could be the cheetah, but she's got a gun, and Hippolyta and Cheetah fight, and this cheetah also has a cape, which is kind of weird, and a domino mask. I don't know. We'll have to see. Her name does not get revealed. Hippolyta takes her down almost very easily. And then her and Atom head off to their next section of the investigation, getting along rather well and having a good time with each other. We then head on over to Starco headquarters, also in Gotham, where Hourman and the Sandman have come across another villain whose name I do not know or do not remember, but he also has an atom symbol on his chest and he has some kind of weird energy abilities. Josh, you got any clues?
No.
Fuck. All right. Yeah,
Again,
his name
damn
does
good
also
wish from
not get
library.
mentioned, but he also still gets the drop on both Our Man and Sandman, takes them both out, and then locks them up in a cell where they find none other than Commander Steel, chained to the wall in his steel form. We then jump back to Gotham in another spot. I say back, but we never really left. Where Jim Corrigan is at a crime scene investigating where a dead body was found. And this is when the Spectre begins to take over because a man has been murdered and vengeance must be served. And he fights against it, begging the Spectre to not take over. But this is when Dr. Fate arrives and says, "You must become the Spectre again. For if you don't, it will mean the death of everyone." And that is where our issue ends for now. The JSA is slowly coming together, uh, but also at the same time, very roughly. There's a lot of them just don't really even want to work together. Um, so we'll have to see what happens. But hey, we do know at some point they become a team. And this is JSA year one. So at some point they're going to come together and become the JSA. I, for one, am very excited to see how and where this goes. And if Hippolyta is in canon going to be a part of the original JSA formation, or if she's just going to work with the Atom temporarily and then say, "You boys have your fun with your little team. I'm going back to my island." That's the big mystery for me, where that's going to come into play. So we'll have to see going forward. This whole mystery with Starco, not too many revelations happen this issue. Realistically, no revelations happen this issue. It was a lot of interpersonal drama. I'll say getting some of the JSA players where they need to be for the next part of the story. So for that, it looks really good. It's fun read seeing all the members interact as young guys. Um, I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10.
I thought for sure we'd be seeing the JSA come together a little faster, but I'm glad it's a slow burn. It would have felt a little cheap if they had all gotten buddy buddy really quick, but
Yeah.
like as far as the story goes, it's a slow burn as well. What's going on villain wise, and I don't know if that's exactly helping the book along any. The art's great. Looking at it is fantastic. It's just that there's so much and so many people to cover. I worry if it's gonna feel too spread out or too thin as we read it issue by issue. Um, I certainly hope it's not the case. I'm going to give this one a 7 out of 10 because it is giving us a good little look at all the different characters and what their personalities are going to be. It's just really, really dense with characters. So,
Yeah. Like I said, this whole mystery with Starco didn't really advance at all because it was so heavy with just character moments,
yep.
right? Just characters interacting with each other and getting to know each other and doing their thing, and the mystery just didn't progress. That's the downside. It was a fun issue regardless, but it just feels like I was saying with the Arkham special, you got to pick a direction. Do you want to have the mystery be the forefront, or do you want to have the characters be the forefront? And I know you have to have both take precedence at some point, but you got to have that balance as well.
Yeah, because if you don't, then it's just going to feel floppy and all over the fucking place. And
Yeah,
I mean, it leads to a shitty fucking book. Nobody
yeah,
wants that.
no. But again, like this issue was very enjoyable. It's still a fun story. I just I hope it doesn't continue this way.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too. But I mean, Lemire never lets me down. So I don't think he's going to hear either.
That okay. I know you have memory problems, but do I need to bring up his Batman run, which you constantly shit
Oh,
on for like the better part of a year?
wow. Jeff Lemire did a Batman run?
Wasn't it Jeff Lemire?
No, you're talking about James Tynan.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking of James
Yeah, you're
Tynan.
talking
My
about
bad.
James Tynan. Not the same cat.
No, not the same one. I swear there was one thing about Jeff Lemire you didn't like.
Nope.
Interesting.
Nope.
Maybe I have memory problems, which I know I do. So
No, I can't think of anything by Jeff Lemire that I haven't enjoyed that I've
good,
read.
good.
Um,
He's a
yeah,
solid
no.
writer.
Yeah, oh man. Very solid writer. Very solid writer. But you know who else is a solid writer?
Glorious Willow Wilson.
Glorious Willow Wilson. Poison Ivy number 40, written by Glorious Willow Wilson, with art drawn by Davide Gianfelice and colored by Arif Prianto, with lettering from Hassan Atsmane Al Hau and a cover by Jessica Fong. So, Poison Ivy is back in Gotham and in a big way. To announce herself, she does a hit on a corpo messing with the environment just to kind of say, "Hi, honey, I'm home." Then surrenders, thinking incorrectly that she could negotiate with Vandal Savage. She was wrong. Turns out he's forcing her into working with Maria Henley, the tech guru behind the bespoke AI. Jiminy Christmas. And being a face for the company, saying that they are doing green friendly stuff, smoothing things over, and Ivy doesn't like it. Ivy and Henley walk outside as Ivy agrees reluctantly, and she continues to rub what's going on into Ivy's face, knowing that there's nothing that they can do, nothing that she can do. When they get to a park in a low income area of town where they shut the water off just so they could divert it to cooling the AI processors and justify it by calling it an unsavory part of town, well, Ivy fucking snaps and kills Henley in public and in front of people and in today's modern world. So that means that all of those peoples have phones. So she didn't just kill Henley in front of the few people that were at that park, she did it in front of the entire world. And that's the book. So where the fuck does it go from here? This is not the direction I thought it was going to take. Not at all, but I like it. What a force. Ivy is a wrecking ball. We've been seeing her creep very steadily into I've had enough, and she definitely has. How she manages to continue down this path without turning into another version of Queen Ivy, that remains to be seen. But I, for one, will definitely be seeing it. This is such a phenomenal book. 8.75 out of 10 without a second thought.
And I agree. Uh, I only would have wanted to see a bit more of Janet in this issue, or any Janet in this issue, because they've
Yeah.
still got me hooked on what's going on with the spores in her body and what her future is going to be.
Oh, I have a feeling we'll be finding that out next issue. We'll be seeing some of her. This definitely needed to set up Ivy coming to Gotham. I was expecting other characters as well, namely Harley and Croc.
Yeah.
But
Well, maybe
yeah,
not Croc, but at least Harley.
I mean, Croc got arrested. You'd think that she'd be trying to get his ass out, but I mean, regardless, that's neither here nor there. I was expecting other characters as well, just like you, and
Yeah.
hopefully we'll be seeing them show up shortly.
Yeah. Hopefully. I mean, they all got named
Right?
by that scientist lady, so we'll have to see. But yeah, solid issue. Really hammering home this Vandal Savage stuff. Um, I don't want to spoil anything because I've read solicits. Um,
We're
so I'm not,
spoiling everything for Brandon.
yeah, I don't
He
want to
doesn't
spoil
seem to
anything for
care.
you. Yeah, we're spoiling
Oh,
everything of stuff this
yeah.
week. That's stuff that's happening
No,
3 months from now,
no.
right? But one thing I did notice was kind of a throwaway line. This is not a spoiler. I'm just saying, like, I've read solicits, I'm not going to spoil anything. But if you did notice, there was somebody saying um, they were handing out flyers about running for mayor, and Ivy just kind of took one and said, maybe that's an idea.
Ivy running for mayor.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Now
Do they
that could
even
open up a whole fucking slew of possibilities.
Who even is the mayor right now since Mayor Nakano died?
No
Not gonna.
one, if I remember correctly.
I mean, there's definitely some kind of mayor because
Some kind of sitting interim, but I think Vandal
yeah.
Savage is. I think Vandal Savage might be it.
Well, no, because the lady that was there at Vandal
Oh,
Savage's
from the
office
mayor's office. Yeah, that's
was
right.
from the mayor's office. So there's definitely somebody sitting in the chair. It's not Vandal Savage
Yeah, no,
because he wouldn't
somebody,
have even
but
bothered with that.
doesn't seem to matter.
Yeah,
Doesn't seem to matter. You're right. I forgot about that
yeah.
part.
And if that's the case, makes me think that that lady from the mayor's office is going to make another appearance. Maybe a campaign manager. Who the fuck knows? Right? We'll have to see. This issue was a good one. I wouldn't necessarily say a fun one, but it was a good one. Um, but really just a setup issue. Yeah, it was kind of a stepping stone.
Yeah.
Good setup, good setup, interesting story, but ultimately not as good as the other ones. So it's going to get an 8.5 out of 10.
Hell yeah. That's a
Yeah.
good one.
All right, and now, still keeping in Gotham, we head on over to Batman number 5. This is Josh's favorite type of issue. It's a date issue.
Boy.
Yeah. And in Josh's favorite type of book, a Matt Fraction Batman book.
It's funny that you say that because I've got words involving that.
Well, I can't wait to hear them. Like I said, this is written by Matt Fraction with art and cover from Jorge Jimenez, colors from Tomamori, and letters from Clayton Cowles with Jorge Jimenez. And I really like that they do that still. So, like I said, this is a date issue. As we saw last issue, Bruce Wayne invited Dr. What's her name out for dinner to discuss what's happening with her experiments. Uh, he picks her up in a really nice looking convertible car. They head off on the town, both dressed to the nines. Well, I mean, she wouldn't necessarily dress to the nines, but he's definitely dressed to the nines. But she also does look quite nice in what I would say is date attire, but then they still have a debate for a few issues over whether or not it is a date, because it was never explicitly stated. So it's kind of funny and awkward. But they're heading off to their destination while some motorcycle samurais is the best way I can describe it. Um, Show up and try to kill her, as Bruce Wayne says. Dr. Zeller, that's her name. They're hunting her because they wouldn't be hunting him. If they were, he would know. Right. So he uses his excellent driving skills because he does drive the
Of
Batmobile
course,
as
I'm an
he's
excellent driver.
exactly. He told Dr. Zeller, I've won awards for my driving. I don't know how true that is, but we know he's an excellent driver. He does it on a nightly basis. He takes out a lot of these motorcycle samurai using just his vehicle, but when they are starting to get the drop on him, the only maneuver he has left to do is almost accidentally go driving right off the freeway onto the street below, almost totaling the car, and the hood comes flying up, blocking his view, so he runs right into a dumpster. They get out and they need to run, but they're stuck in an alleyway with a fence, and this is when Lady Deathman shows up. Uh, her and Bruce have a brief skirmish back and forth after he throws Dr. Zeller into a nearby dumpster to keep her safe. Has also given her a little gift. Still doesn't know what's in the gift, but then Lady Deathman's sword goes slicing through the dumpster. Dr. Zeller kind of tries to block it, holding up the gift at the same time, and the sword breaks upon hitting the gift, which leaves Dr. Zeller kind of confused as to what the fuck it is. Breaks Lady Deathman's sword, which gives Bruce the upper hand to give her a bit more of a fight. Her sword slices into him, but he's wearing advanced body armor underneath his clothes. And then more motorcycle samurais show up, so Lady Deathman goes and fights them instead. Seemingly, they are not together. So Bruce Wayne grabs Dr. Zeller, and through the slice that was freshly made in the fence by Lady Deathman's sword, They escape while the others fight it off or fight it out. They head out, and this is when Bruce reveals that the gift he gave her was actually a cube of titanographene, um, that she then left in the dumpster, which is apparently worth a fortune. And he says, "Don't
Yeah.
worry, I have a fortune. There's a lot more where that came from. It was a gift to say that I'm all in on the work that are doing." Um, so they are heading off through a very busy street, come across a building with a very high roof and a tall ladder. She says, "I can't climb in these heels," so he picks her up, puts her on her back, and he climbs up the ladder. And they get awfully close, and I think there's a lot of flirting going on. Just saying. Um, she gets onto the roof first. He gets up behind her, and this is when Lady Deathman shows up. Uh, he tells, excuse me, Dr. Zeller to hide behind a wall, presumably where the roof access is for the building. While he fights Lady Deathman one more time, but before they can get really deep into the fight, Damien shows up, dropping what's called a bat snare, which is a whole bunch of needles that he surrounds Lady Deathman with EMP electrified grid that shocks her, and she vanishes into a bunch of birds. So she flies off. Damien turns to his father and then just blurts out that he studied with her during his time in the League of Assassins, and says, "Look, this is the best way to do it. Adhering to your no killing policy, father." As Dr. Zeller comes out from behind the wall and says, "Father?" And that's where issue ends. um, one might say, well, clearly Bruce would have had a way to signal Damien. How? Clearly Damien would have seen Dr. Zeller, not if he was got there after she hit. I'm not saying anybody said this, but I can hear it in my head already. Some people would already be saying that. I just want to like pinpoint right there. This is very, very like understandable. Damien could blurt that out, thinking he's talking to his father, not knowing there's somebody else there. So that being said, I like that reveal. I thought that was hilarious, and all I could say at the end of the issue was, "Damien, you fucked up. You're grounded, son." Uh, which is also a nice little twist at the end of the issue that Dr. Zeller all of a sudden just understands everything Bruce Wayne did through the night. Fighting these samurai and Lady Deathman and the driving skills. It all makes sense. He's clearly fucking Batman. So yeah. As far as date issues go, this might be my favorite one. This was a lot of fun. I mean, fuck that. I can't deny that Dick Grayson Kara Zor-El date issue was amazing. But this was a lot of fun. This was a good one. And just if you like romance and soap opera dramas and just that cute little shit going on, these meet cutes, which I'll admit is a bit of a guilty pleasure for me. I kind of enjoyed the flirting with Bruce and Dr. Zeller back and forth. Thought it was quite nice. I got those vibes last issue too, and I kind of fucking hope Bruce can never have a healthy relationship with a woman ever. But for the time being, I hope Matt Fraction pulls that trigger and just maybe let them have some flirtation for a while. I'm all for it. This issue is going to get an 8.75 out of 10.
Ooh.
I had fun with it, which is maybe the most fun I've had with a Matt Fraction Batman so far.
Interesting. Well, I was actually really enjoying it. Opened it up, started
Right
on
on.
it, an issue called Date Night in this run of Batman from Matt Fraction. I was enjoying it. That's two things that don't make any sense. But I was right up until Damien blew their cover. I mean, it's unlike Damien. It doesn't make sense for him to do that. The art is 100% wonderful. The colors are too. I gobbled it up, and some of the art choices were really top notch, even if I'm not a fan of the exclamation point to show that attention was garnered. Um, Going easy on it, I'll give it a 7.25 out of 10.
Right on. Fair. What just for the record, what I said after my summary about Damien, that was not pointed towards you. I did not think that you would have that opinion.
Yeah, that was it.
Just a
Other than
complete
that,
coincidence.
yeah. Other than that, I mean, I unbelievably enjoyed the issue right up until that moment. I
Yeah,
probably would have given this an 8.
fair enough. Fair enough. I still really liked it. That twist reveal. Like I know like at this point in their careers it would make sense for them to be a little bit more prepared about something like that, but for every scenario I run through my mind about how Damien could have found out, there's also a reason how he couldn't have found out, you know? So I was running all these scenarios in my mind. I'm like, you know what? Maybe it's just understandable that he just didn't know.
Maybe.
Maybe. Who knows? But yeah, it's definitely left a lot of open questions for next issue and a lot of intrigue for next issue that I'm very excited about. And that no, that's not it. Sorry, I thought that was the I thought that was the last issue, but we actually have one more.
We do have one more, and
Whoops.
quite the book it is. Adventures of
Yeah.
Superman, the Book of L number 5, written by Philip Kennedy Johnson, with art both inside and out by Scott Godlewski and Alex Gimeres, with lettering by Dave Sharp. Damn. So this issue goes ball to the wall cosmic horror. Lantern Home, uh, the only safe place left for the Lightborn, gets slammed by Krillix unleashing a Sun Eater right into the city's heart. Black sun radiation is tearing through everything. Superman shows up just in time, immediately gets mauled, and Rowan Kent, even without her Black Star ring, charges headfirst into the fray. Turns out it's not the magic ring that counts, it's her L bloodline that lets her stand toe to toe with this threat. Superman eventually recovers enough to fucking pick up a chunk of Lantern Home and throw it at Thulutum the Inevitable, breaking his armor and neutralizing the immediate piece of threat. But the Sun Eater doesn't just get beat, it retreats, taking the Dark Star ring with it. And that sucks. Though Rowan touches this weird artifact and boom, she's essentially a lantern now, she feels like the next chapter of everything which feels like the next chapter of everything going forward. Meanwhile, Ronan's getting dark whispers from a mysterious source. You just know that's gonna fuck with him later. Uh, I feel like this issue hits hard on legacy, and it ends on a tense note with Lantern Home devastated but still standing, and Rowan lit up with new Lantern energy, and the Sun Eater looming off screen. What a freaking ride this is! I'm so happy that we'll get the end of the Olgren saga here. Or at least I hope so. But it sure feels like it's such an interesting book to read, not just enjoyable, but damn good. um, Another instance of the art just being absolutely beautiful, the dialogue being great, well thought out, and the story is just hell. I've been reading it so long, I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna be sad to see it go. But man, honestly, as it leaves, it sure is a beauty. I love it. I give this one an 8.75 out of 10.
It was a heck of an issue. I honestly expected there to be a lot more of like Olgren stuff, and I know they went really deep into Olgren lore in this, but I didn't expect it to be a very Lantern and Lantern Home centric issue, which it really was. Like there was very little
Very much so.
Superman in this. Realistically, he was fighting the Sun Eater for a while, but for the most part, this was all Rowan and Ronan.
Yeah.
Uh, but as a Lantern fan, like it was tight. It was so fun and cool.
It was. It really was.
Yeah,
This the
and
whole idea of the Lightborn and Ellie period is
yeah,
enough to get me stoked.
yeah,
Like just the idea, like I'm itching to find out what's gonna happen with that shit because it's just such a cool fucking idea.
I need to make a timeline of the future of the lanterns because what century does this take place in? Do you know? Do you remember?
I don't remember right off the bat, but I can tell you that it is far enough into the future that people doubt whether or not Superman was real.
So it's got to be well past the Legion of Superheroes.
Perhaps
Yeah.
could be even though it could even be like, much sooner than that, just because the Legion of Superheroes acknowledges him and recognizes him doesn't mean that everybody else does.
Well, if I again, my Legion knowledge is very lacking compared to you and Brandon, but from what I understood, like his memory was kind of encapsulated in museums, as was a good chunk of the Age of Heroes, and that's why the Legion of Superheroes existed. Was not only because of Superman, but because
Oh, gee, yeah.
the knowledge of the Age of Heroes was so commonplace that they were inspired by everyone, but Superman mostly because he was the greatest. So I don't know. We'd have to. I need to go back and fact check because I want to make that timeline of the future of the Lantern Corps, just to see where it all fits in. Because this is a case where, at some point in the Legion of Superheroes time, regrettably, the Green Lanterns are seemingly done for, and there's just the Gold Lantern Corps, even though there's only one. Um, and then here, at some point, the Green Lanterns are reignited with Rowan being the first one in God knows how many years or centuries, even, which is really cool. That there
Very
could
freaking
be a
cool.
very future Lantern Corps, and she already had a blue ring, if I'm not mistaken.
She had a Dark Star ring.
Well, she was holding the Dark Star ring, but she wasn't using it. There, I remember in Future State Book of L, one of them had a blue ring, one of the L's.
Oh shit, I think you're right.
Yeah, and I thought it was her, but then she hadn't used it or been seen with it at all here. She was the keeper of the Dark Star ring,
Yeah.
the whatever of Olgren it is. I don't the Wrath, the Force. I don't remember what it is. Um, and now Ronan has it, but he's also got Brainiac, which is kind of nuts. Um, the only flip side here that I seemingly don't remember is what happened to Clark at the end of this. Did he get pulled into the Sun Eater and then transported to another time, or is he still there? I don't
I
remember
don't
that.
know. No, he's still there.
He's still there.
Yeah.
Let me just go look. Um, and then those two they brought back the uh, journal entries at the end of the issue, which were quite informative about the history of Olgren and his abilities, or what all the parts of Olgren are. Anyway, right, that's how it ended. So yeah, he is still there. We just don't see him after the Sun Eater explodes. And then the last little bit is we see Othara with some pirates of some kind.
Oh, right. I forgot to bring that up. Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's with her being pretty pissed off.
Yeah, she's been captured by the Valkyries of the Warworld engines, who are actually not too far from where the Sun Eater was attacking Lanternholm, close enough that they're able to see it in the distance, and they're just kind of careening through space at high speeds to get to some destination with this hooded person, which turns out to be Othara. Calls herself Star Child of the House of El. Now, here's a thing that I want to mention as well. Um, the House of El in this timeline, you gotta wonder, are they actually descendants of Clark Kent's like bloodline, like they were born from John Kent's bloodline or whatever, or are they descendants of Othara and Osolra that took on the name of the House of El?
Oh, you mean genetically? I think
Genetically, yeah.
being descended from Osul and Othel, I think that makes more sense.
Yeah.
And I actually like the idea better.
Yeah. I do too, because it's all about the name, right? And the name having the power that gives you the essence of being a Superman, right?
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
I
Yeah,
do too.
we'll have to see. Yeah, this is what, issue 4 or 5? 5. So we got another 7 to go. There's a lot more story. I loved it. I thought this was really cool. It is getting an 8.75 out of 10 as well. No, 9. Fuck it. I'm upping my score. It's getting a 9.
Well, all right then. There we go.
There we go.
There we go. Don't you know? Properties. All right. So then we are on our end. We are all finished. Now it's just
Yay.
now it's just the time for us to tell you short version what was the best part. And we're gonna go ahead and do that now.
All right.
My top three, I'll do them first. My top three and favorite moment. I'm gonna go ahead and give them to third place, going to Poison Ivy number 40. Adventures of Superman: The Book of L number 5 is taking second place, and in first place, Superman number 15. That was insane. Um, I wish I would have grabbed up the screen cap of this, but my favorite moment was in Batman when Bruce Wayne driving the car in the middle of a car chase, and Ninja swings a sword and it clips off a little bit of
Oh yeah.
what's her face's hair, and he reaches over and grabs the hair and gives it back to her. So
Yeah.
that was my favorite, and just one example of a number of great art choices that were inside Batman this week.
Yeah, that was really cool. I forgot about that. Shit. That would have been my favorite moment if I'd remembered it. But I have a different one. My top 3 kind of similar, but at number 3 I have Batman instead of Poison Ivy. Number 2, it's honestly a toss up between number 1 and 2 for these last 2 books, but I'll put Book of L at number 2 and Absolute Superman at number 1. With my favorite moment also coming from Batman being that last page of Damian just blurting out "father" in front of Bruce Wayne in his Robin costume. Just that made me go, "Oh shit." That sucks. Yeah.
Like a lot.
Well, thanks, son. I was maybe actually gonna date this woman. Now she knows all my secrets.
Now
Bitch.
she's gonna have to go in the trunk.
Yeah.
I'm
Now we're gonna have to tie her up.
put her in there next to Vicky Vale.
Oh, next to Vicky Vale
Vicky Vale.
and
Vicky Vale.
and
Silver St. Cloud.
Sable St. Cloud and what's her name from Batman Forever?
From Batman Forever.
Yeah, Chase
Oh, Chase
Meridian.
Meridian.
Yeah, and
Her
whatever.
and Bruce should have never had a. That was nonsense.
I
But
mean, that was
anyway,
just the movie. It didn't happen
yeah.
in the comic, at least. And whatever, what's her name is from Mask of the Phantasm. I don't remember her name either.
Silver St. Cloud.
That wasn't Silver. No, the person that was the Phantasm.
Oh. Uh. Um.
Was that Silver St. Cloud? No, that wasn't Silver.
You're
The Phantasm. Mask of the Phantasm. Cast. Andrea Beaumont.
yes, Beaumont. That's
Yeah,
yes.
not Silver St. Cloud. You had me curious there. Like, am I nuts? And Betty Kane. He had a thing with Betty Kane, didn't he?
Bet Kane and
The original Batwoman.
I I think, but I don't. I prefer to pretend that Kate was it.
I think most people prefer to pretend Kate was it.
That's all it is. That's all it should be. But all right,
Yeah.
we've got our top 3 and favorite moment out of the way, and that leaves time for one more thing, and that is our favorite moment. Rob, or not favorite moment,
Favorite
favorite
cover.
cover.
I
Would
have
you
an
like to
idea of
pick
what
them?
it is, but
Yeah,
if you don't mind going through them real quick.
absolutely not. Absolute Superman, absolute Green Lantern, absolute Batman Arc M, JSA Year 1, Chapter 3, or JSA number 15, Batman number 5, which should not be the number, Poison Ivy number 40, and Adventures of Superman Book of L number 5.
Now, here's the problem with this week. They're all so good.
A
All of them.
number of them are absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, like I think the only weak point here for me is Book of L number 5, and only by a slight margin because that one is really good too. But every other one just has something to it that is just to me is stellar. But I think I need to pick Absolute Superman number 15. There's
That
something about that cover specifically just looks so dynamic and hopeful in a world full of shit and bad choices.
I'll give
And it's
you that.
just with the a new story starts here on the cover, but it also the cover makes it look like a new journey starts here, a new adventure, a new hope, a new future starts here
He
with
looks a little
Superman.
happier.
He does. And the suit looks great. The sun is shining.
Yep.
There's birds behind him. He's flying over a city. It looks so good. It makes you feel good inside. It looks like
Agreed.
Superman should.
Agreed. And I'm with you, man. There's a number of great covers this week. Green Lantern and Batman, both absolute titles, are probably my least favorite.
Oh, really?
Um,
Fair enough.
I am going to go and just go ahead and say that it drives me bonkers when people draw the facial when people draw Hawkman looking like that and facial expressions. I hate it. But
Is that like a hawk tongue coming out of
yeah.
the mouth?
Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of
Yeah.
weird.
That's very weird. So
Wait,
I
especially
think
considering neither Hawkman nor Hawkgirl were in this issue.
right. Jessica Fong's Poison Ivy covers are always amazing. And I do love the light work of Adventures of Superman, but I'm gonna give it to Batman.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely dynamic. Batman's face in Lady Deathman's sword, the way using Lady Deathman in the back, and just I know exactly what's happening in this book, uh, and it certainly isn't date night. So I have a lot of love for that one. That was great there, and that's it. That is all.
Yeah.
So thank you everybody for watching. We will be back next week covering all of DC's weekly releases. Same geek time, same geek channel. That's new, I suppose. Or I guess we'll be sticking with Fridays. And time to be determined, but probably somewhere around this time.
Yeah.
Uh, so that's the show. We'll let you know. We're getting out of here, so you'll have to as well. Be careful out there. And remember, in the Geek Matrix, everybody has a home. In the Geek Matrix, you